Hey there, YouTube. Well-rounded prepper here signing on, and I have a helper today. That is Jack. He is just scoping out the goods right now. So this video is going to be talking about ways to prepare when you have no money. This is not by any means exhaustive. This is actually just covering a few ideas. And actually, there's going to be multiple of these videos, so they're all going to be under their own little playlist here. So ways to prepare when you have no money. I think I've said in one of my previous videos that my husband and I, a lot of our marriage have spent paycheck to paycheck, and that's perfectly fine. There's a lot of people that are worse off than that. So we've always had our needs met and actually exceeded. So nothing to complain about at all there. But I wanted to just give you some ideas. If you're feeling the urgency to the urgent need to prepare, but you don't have the resources to do so, there's some things that you can do in the meantime to kind of work towards that end. But also, this is really helpful for people who have high anxiety, or when you're feeling the urgency, that urgency can really be overwhelming. So to not have the money or the funds to be able to go right out and purchase what you think you need, this will give you a task so that it can kind of help alleviate some of that anxiety. So basically, this video is talking about preparing your home. And we're talking about preparing it for winter is coming, preparing it for whatever things come our way. So there's just a lot of things that you can do now while you're waiting for the funds. I think the first and foremost is one that I've not really heard. I'm not saying the video is not out there. I just haven't heard any other preppers talk about. And in all reality, in the world of prepping, it's super low on the totem pole of importance. But it's just one thing that you can do to alleviate stress when tough times come, especially if it's something that kind of just where it just totally hits the fan and all heck breaks loose. Having your laundry and your dishes done, at least kept up on, doing a little bit every single day. Do one load of laundry a day, one load of dishes a day. If you have cat boxes, keeping them cleaned out every day. It takes a few minutes. Everyone's got like half an hour where they can do this. Well, I'm generally speaking here. I'm sure that there's some people that have less than the half an hour, but just taking the time to do that, not at all super essential to survival. And of course, depending on the situation, people are going to rewear their dirty clothes. But it basically is just something that you can do now. It's a task, something you can do to kind of keep up on things so that if something happens and you lose utilities to do so, you don't have a sink full of dishes that you have to figure out how you're going to wash or rinse off so that you can eat on them, or you don't have to think about where you're going to come up with laundry that's not super dirty. It's just something that you can do. Right now, winter is coming for a lot of the United States, or for a lot of the world even. So winter's coming. There's a lot of things that you can do right now to prepare your home for winter. I'm going to talk specifically momentarily about if you have like a wood stove heat. Everyone has different ways of heating their home: gas, propane, electric, or wood stove. So if you happen to have a wood stove, there are things that you can do right now and should be doing to build up on your wood stockpile. Obviously, the greener the wood is, the less it's going to burn and the more it's going to smoke. So you want to be working on this kind of all year round. The more wood that you stockpile and build up, and the longer you can keep it dry and dry it out, the better off it's going to be. So if you don't have wood on your land or you can't afford to buy a cord or two of wood, what you can do is when you're driving around, I'm not saying go out and waste gas. I'm just saying if you're driving around in rural neighborhoods, there are times when people cut down their trees. If you see that pile of wood on the road, stop and pick it up. It's not complicated. It's not anything to be embarrassed about. Just load it up into your car and then take it home. When you are going through walks through the woods or going on hikes, this is going to sound funny, but kindling, there's little twigs and branches everywhere that you can pick up in most places. Obviously, pay attention to the laws, but there's a lot of that kind of stuff laying around. Fire starters, the easiest thing that everybody has access to, unless you don't have a dryer in your home, would be dryer lint and toilet paper rolls. You just take the dryer lint, you stuff it down in that toilet paper roll, and just kind of add more and add more as you do your laundry. And then it will just put it in a plastic bag, and it's a great fire starter. It takes a little minute to burn so that your wood has time to catch. There's other fire starters you can make too, cotton balls and Vaseline or wax melts, and there's all kinds of recipes. If you have a wood shop and you have wood shavings, also excellent. That's obviously for people that have a wood stove for heat. For other homes, preparing your space for winter could mean something like plastic sealing the windows, or it could even mean just getting extra pillows and blankets ready to hang over the windows. We live in an area where every time a mouse farts, the power goes out. So through the winter, it can be a little bit difficult, but I have extra pillows. I have extra blankets all ready so I can seal off a room. I can put the pillows in the window to give extra padding, draft guards, and just kind of keep it all in one place. So I know exactly where it is and I can just go grab it and put it where it needs to go. And that's true, again, for everything, is getting everything organized in one place. What you see here behind me and behind Jack is all of our emergency lighting. So, and this isn't all of it. This is just most of it. I have a lot of oil lamps. So we have those, and those are all in one place together. I have battery operated candles. I have real candles in those two drawers. Over here in this container, I have organized all of our lighters and all of our matches, and extra wick for the oil lamps is up top. And then on the other side is batteries. And then, of course, we have our little lantern here in the middle. And then up top, we have our flashlight hand crank radio combo. So this is all stored in one place. So when the power goes out, which it frequently does, I can just run and grab what I need and we can use it. Getting organized now is awesome. It's awesome because going into whatever happens, you know where your stuff is and you can just quick grab it. Other things that I would encourage you to do, going through your stuff with a preparedness eye. So looking at your hygiene items, getting all of that organized. How much toothpaste do you have? How much would you like to have? Do you have mouthwash, tooth floss, shampoo, body wash, bar soap, hand soap, all of that kind of stuff? Get it organized for yourself and for your significant other, your spouse, your kids, your family. If they will allow you, go to their homes, help them get organized. And it just gives you a better purview of what you have and what you need and what you don't need. And then preparing a space for your food storage, or if you already have an extended pantry or food storage, going through and organizing it and making sure everything, you've got the use by dates and the best by dates visible so that you can pull them when they need to be pulled. That's all something that's awesome to have done ahead of time as well. Um, and then I'd say one last thing for this particular video, doesn't necessarily have to do with preparing the home, although it can. Learning useful skills such as sewing. Um, a big thing in World War II was make, mend, and do. And that was basically just make it yourself, mend it, or do without. So it's so easy in our culture today when there's a hole in our sock, hole in our underwear, hole in our shirt, whatever, to just throw it away. Or you lose a button, just throw it away and get yourself another one. Start making better use of the resources you have. Make use of the time that you have to learn useful skills. And sewing is just one of the many useful skills that you can learn. But that's something that would be super beneficial going into whatever times are lying ahead, so that instead of going through everything and then getting rid of things, you can actually repurpose them or fix them. So those are just a handful of ideas I had for today for things that you can do to prepare when you have no money. This is part one. There will be more of these videos to come. If you have any suggestions or any ideas, please feel free to chime in below. Otherwise, you all have a wonderful evening, and God bless.